Hey guys, and welcome back to FAMcast. This is episode 48. I'm Trevor, we've got Tim, and we have a special guest on for our Summer of Streamers event, Miss KatieBethJ. What is going on today, KB? How you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us on the show. Good. So I know we haven't really talked about what this interview is going to be about.
I'm kind of winging it right now.
Yeah, and we kind of do that with everyone because every streamer is a little bit different. We always go down a different path. With Riley, we talked about our GameStop careers. With False, we talked about D&D. But for you, I think there's something really important that we need to start off with. You just finished a 12-hour stream yesterday.
I did.
Going from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. It was a fantastic stream. You had a lot of success with it. I figured we could start off with you telling everyone what that was for. What were you celebrating?
So we had just hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, like, a week or 2 weeks ago, I think. And I kept saying I was going to do a 12-hour stream whenever we hit 1,000 followers. So, I mean, not like hit 1,000 followers. Whenever we achieved 1,000 followers, we were going to do a 12-hour stream. So that's what that was for yesterday. That was good. It was good. Very good.
Yeah, and you had you start off with Skyrim, switched to Marbles, Mario Kart. And we were talking a little bit about it. I was surprised how well Skyrim did.
I know. So I mean, I've streamed Skyrim before in the past, and it's done all right. But I haven't streamed Skyrim in probably a month or so, and I was just like, well, that'd be a chill game to like start the 12-hour stream off with, and it did really well for whatever reason. So I think I'm gonna have to continue on with that here in the near future.
Skyrim's just one of those weird games. Like, people just will watch Skyrim.
It is. It has aged very well, and you can kind of pick it up wherever you're at. Like, I mean, I only started the game back in the spring, so I'm pretty new at it, and, like, tons of people come in. It's very bizarre.
Wait. You say you just started Skyrim.
I
did. Like, your first time ever. The game's only been out for 7 years.
Right.
And you just now started playing.
I just now picked it up. So I knew, like, I couldn't play it on a console, and my PC back at the time was a piece of crap. So I knew I couldn't, like, if I wanted to stream it, I knew I wasn't going to be able to stream it off my PC. So when it finally came out on the Switch, which is what I have, I was like, oh, I'm going to buy it on the Switch, and I'll finally be able to play it 7 years later or whenever it came out.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I finally purchased it and was able to play it.
Well, congrats for popping your Skyrim cherry, because
right?
It's totally worth playing.
It's so good. Tim, I always think of you. Somebody in my chat last night was talking about Lydia, and I was like, oh, Lydia.
Lydia! That is still one of my favorite clips of Tim by far.
They were like, I will always marry Lydia because she's the best wife. And I was like, oh, I've seen some clips on Lydia.
She won't save you when you're drowning. Right. Let me tell you.
She's just staring Tim as he sinks to the bottomless abyss of that
can't
river.
Move. And I'm just like, Lydia, I can't move.
Swim.
Come save me. Lydia, you're right
there. So I was thinking of that clip last night while I was streaming as people were talking about Lydia. I was like, oh.
That was one of my most fun VR games, was that game.
Honestly,
that would be a fun game to do.
I can't think of another game that still has aged that well that is that old. Like, I know a lot of people play older games to, for the nostalgia factor, but Skyrim's been going like 7 years consistently.
Right.
And it hasn't really changed much. Like, granted, you've got mods and everything, but I can't think of anything that's really similar.
And you can play it on your Alexa.
Yeah, right.
Well, and even on the Switch, like, there's no mods, so it's strictly vanilla, and like people are still very into that, which is surprising. I mean, like, I had a lot of people coming in last night being like, oh, are you doing a mod or anything like that? And I was like, no, like, it's on the Switch, I can't do that. And they were like, oh, that's cool. So it's still very popular, like, just as it is, which I'm very shocked about.
Which is, it's kind of similar to your Ocarina of Time playthroughs, because those were similar, and people enjoyed coming into those, I believe you were telling me, because you're not a speedrunner.
Right, and the Ocarina of Time community on Twitch is like 95% speedrunners, so it's very odd to find somebody who's streaming Ocarina of Time is not a speedrunner and just doing like a casual playthrough. So, and I'm most definitely not a speedrunner. Like, I don't have the patience for that. But so anytime I do an Ocarina of Time playthrough, it usually ends up being like pretty successful, which,
yeah,
I mean, that game came out like what, 20 something years ago? Like, that's crazy.
I think 20 years ago this year, actually.
Yeah, and like I'm doing it straight off my Nintendo 64, so the quality of the stream is like not that great, but people still like that. So I don't know, it's crazy.
And that's probably a good segue into how did you get started into video games? When did you start? What was your first game?
So I got into playing video games because of my brother. My brother is 9.5 years older than I am, so he was very much into playing video games and everything when I was pretty young. And he had all the consoles, like the N64, the Sega Genesis, the Sega...
Dreamcast?
No, not the Genesis, the... Saturn, thank you. He had, both of those, like the original NES, all of that. And he would play a lot of games on there, and me being young, like, I would go and watch my brother play these games. And I remember just, like, for me, some of the games that I watched him play, it was like watching a movie. You know what I mean? And that's how I really got into video games, was I was like, oh, this is kind of like watching a movie, but you're in the movie itself. I don't know, it was very intriguing. And having a brother that's so much older than myself, whenever he was like done with a game or something, he would kind of be done with it, and then I would get a chance to play with it, especially when he went off to college. Because when he went off to college, I was like, I don't know, 10, 11 years old, and he left all his video game consoles at home, so I would just like get to play those. And I think the N64 was definitely the first console that really sold me on video games, because I started off, like, we had an Atari, we had like I said, the Genesis and the Saturn and all of that, and we had a ton of games on that, but I think it was the N64 that really sold me on getting into video games and whatnot. So, but yeah.
Do you have a first, like, as far as like maybe the first game that you played, or maybe the first game that you beat? Maybe a memory like that.
I think it was either on the, because it was so long ago, I blend the Sega Saturn and the Sega Genesis together. But there was an Aladdin game on one of those consoles. God. Right. I think it was the Genesis. Maybe it's that.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm sure it was the Genesis. I'm almost positive it's the Genesis.
I loved that game. Like, I played the crap out of that game, and I remember that's the first game I really did like a full playthrough of. But I was thinking about it too. We had the original NES, which I actually still have with me here. I don't have the cable to actually like plug it in and play, but I still have like our original NES from however many years ago. And I remember like back in the day, with like taking games with you to play on the road. We had one of those like old school vans, like the big like pimp vans, if you will. And right, but that had like the lights in the back of everything. So my brother like figured out a way to plug in we had a small TV, and he would plug in a TV in the van, and then we would plug in the NES, and we would be able to play video games on the road, which like back then when we were like 8, 9 years old, that was like mind-blowing to be able to do that. Yeah. And so I remember playing like the original Mario, the original Zelda, all of that like in the van whenever we would go into the city for whatever, if we would take a road trip down south to see family. And like that was so cool to be able to do that. So I have very vivid memories of playing like the original Mario and Zelda and all of that, like while traveling with family and doing that in the car with my brother. Like that was really cool. But I think Aladdin was probably the first like game that I got all the way through by myself. And then definitely
that's impressive, by the way.
Yeah, right?
Like that, like people wonder why I have a fear of lava. It's because of games like that.
Right, exactly. And then I think probably the most memorable game that I have like 100% completing was probably Ocarina of Time, to be honest, because that came out, I think, when we were like 9 or 10, I want to say, and like my brother had played through the game a bit and then he kind of stopped, and so I remember picking that up myself and playing through that, and that's probably like the most memorable game that I remember getting through, I think.
Nice.
You're probably like that sister that like he couldn't beat Aladdin, and then you're just like, oh, I'm gonna casually play this, and you just like destroyed it, and he's just like,
he's like, all right, cool, 9.5 year younger KB, whatever.
Right, whatever. It's cool, it's whatever.
But yeah.
And growing up with those consoles, you consider yourself like mainly a Nintendo. I know you're a variety streamer, but you would probably classify yourself as a Nintendo streamer.
That is what I guess that would be the console that I grew up the most playing. So that's kind of what I stream the most, I guess.
Sure.
It's what I'm the most comfortable with, and like
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of the newer systems to stream on, so I've got like the Nintendo 64 and the Wii and the Switch and all of that, so that's mostly what I focus on streaming. But growing up, I was definitely a Nintendo kid.
I would say the same for myself. I never had a PlayStation, never had any Sega consoles. It was just all Nintendo in our house.
Yeah.
Which I was okay with.
I'd say it was definitely a fair mix-up between Nintendo and Sega, but I definitely was more into the Nintendo games.
And I wish I did have personally, I wish I had a better mix like I know Tim did and Trey did. Because, there's so many games that I know I missed out on, and it sounds like you probably didn't miss out on as many, having more of a variety in the house growing up.
Right. And, like, I definitely was into some PC games, because I did, like, the whole SimCity and The Sims and Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah.
And
Good ones. Very good ones.
Is it Quest? I'm thinking... Or Quest? No. What am I thinking of?
Quest? Myst?
Myst! That's it. That's what I'm thinking of. I remember Myst because my brother was really into that.
Yeah.
But...
My mom played Myst.
Really?
Yeah, she really liked Myst.
My brother was huge into that, so I remember doing some of that as well.
I've never heard of that game.
What?
Huh.
Oh my, that was a huge game.
Yeah.
Never heard of
I feel like that's something that you would have played. Like,
Yeah,
that definitely
I
seems
could
like
see
something
that.
you would have played for sure.
Yeah. But, yeah.
We do have, we'll start off, we'll pull one of the questions from chat here real quick.
Okay.
Cheeto Bobo 16 says, shit, I just lost it. Is there some kind of person that Katie gets motivated by?
Ooh. You mean like a streamer or...
Just person in
That's-
general, I guess?
Yeah, well, let's go either. Do you have someone in general that inspires you, or maybe someone in the Twitch community or just gaming community in general that inspires you to keep going?
I guess I'll go ahead and delve a little bit into how I got into streaming.
Yeah.
So how I got into streaming was, and y'all can stop me if I just like start talking for too long.
This is your time.
Yeah, this is what you're here for. We want to hear it.
For those who don't know, I live in Ohio right now, but I moved back to Ohio about a year ago from California. I lived out in California for about 3 years. And while I was out in the Los Angeles area, I didn't have much of a social life because I couldn't afford to have one. So I spent a lot of time at home, and I got really into watching YouTube videos, and like specifically a lot of the gamer YouTubers. And at the time, I don't know when it was, like 2 or 3 years ago, a lot of them were getting into streaming on Twitch. Before, because I know YouTube now has like the live streaming on YouTube, but a lot of them were kind of transitioning into streaming over on Twitch, and
Justin TV,
right? And I didn't really know what Twitch was at the time, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna kind of just see what they're doing over on Twitch, because that was pretty much my life. Like, I'd go to work and I'd come home and I'd watch these YouTubers because I had no life. So I started watching them on Twitch, and I was like, oh, it's pretty cool that you can, like, watch somebody live stream and, like, interact with them in real time. And I knew that there were a lot of, like, real-life people streaming on Twitch, too. So I just, like, got on the browse page one time, and I found a streamer. Her name is Hannah Bart. She is the reason why I got into streaming. She she was streaming, what was she streaming? I think she was doing Super Mario Maker at the time. And she was having like such successful streams, and I loved watching her community and all the people that would be in her community and interacting with her. And I was like, oh, like how cool, like she's got friends online, that's so cool. I have no friends in real life out here in California. So it was very cool to see her like interacting with people. And I was like, one night I was just like, I wonder if I could do that too. So that's kind of how I got into streaming, was because of her, and I saw what she was doing online. She still to this day is one of my biggest streamer inspirations. She's been killing it on stream lately. She just got partnered like maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
That's awesome.
And she's just like such a humble, down to earth person. I guess if we're talking about people I get motivated by in Twitch, she would probably be my like biggest Twitch inspiration, because she's not like a huge, you know, there's like the big Twitch streamers that none of us can ever imagine being like,
sure.
like Ninja.
Ninja?
Yeah, like I would never imagine myself ever being in those shoes, but she is like such a successful person and like got partnered and everything, and she's killing it out there, and she's one of those like realistic motivational people. So I guess that would be my answer for that.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to have streamers that are down to earth that you can look up to, because a lot of the times, you know, you just open the front page and there's people with, you know, tens of thousands or even sometimes hundreds of thousands viewers, and, you know, people like us that you might get, you know, 10 in chat or something like that. It's hard to even imagine that.
It is.
And you can't really rely on them for support or help or anything, so it's nice to have someone that can relate to what you've been through.
And she has been like supportive since day one. I remember like the first stream I ever did, she hosted me, and like that was such a huge deal for me. And any like question I had about Twitch or how to set things up or how things work, like I didn't like the whole kappa and all that, like I had no idea what the hell all that meant. And she like sat down with me one day. She's like, all right, here's what all these emotes mean, here's what commands mean, here's like how Twitch runs. And I was like, oh great, thank you, because going into Twitch blind, like you just don't understand how it works. So she was really, really helpful, and it meant a lot that she would like take time out of her day to do that. So
that's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot to learn, that's for sure. Between the emotes and OBS and setting up Discords and clips, and there's still stuff that we have a hard time with. And there's 3 of us.
Like going into Twitch, so I only kind of communicated with Hannah for a while because I was so shy, like getting into the Twitch community, and I knew I wanted to start streaming, but I had no idea really like where to start with it. I like to this day I still take a lot of pride. I 100% figured out how to like set up a stream based on Google. and that was like 3 years ago before Twitch kind of came mainstream. So like just figuring out how to like get a capture card. I mean, I went to Best Buy probably 5 times and bought all the wrong stuff numerous times and had to like take it back because I didn't know what I was doing. And like finally getting to that point of being able to set up have a setup set up enough to be able to stream, like that was a huge thing. So it was crazy starting out with streaming, and I started off on an old MacBook that was 10 years old, and I couldn't even do a webcam and a microphone at the same time. Like I had to choose which one I did, and it was bad, but
And that was 3 years ago that you started?
Maybe it's about 2.5 years, I think. Okay. Yeah. Because I think it was summer or spring of 2016. So yeah, I guess that'd be about 2.5-ish. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you've definitely come a long way in just a short period of time, for sure.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome to go from 0 to 1,000 and start off right away with that support. That I don't think a lot of people can say that. or a lot
Right.
of people don't have the drive to continue it. They might see people like Shroud or Ninja, and they're like, "Oh, I can do that. I can turn on my webcam and play games."
Right.
But they don't
People,
realize.
hundreds will just
But
come
honestly,
up.
like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know all of that existed, you
Yeah.
know? I think
Yeah.
I was focused on, like, smaller streamers, and I was like, oh, I really want to do that, too. And I just kind of went with it, and, you know, and streaming for me is all about playing video games and having fun, and, you know, whatever happens with the stream happens, and, you know, the growth will happen, whether, you know, I don't know. It'll happen. So
You've got to have fun with it. That's a priority,
absolutely.
for
That's
sure.
the most important thing for me. So
Yep.
sure.
We do have another question from Cheeto here. Did Katie go to college?
I did go to
Get more
college
knowledge.
to get more knowledge. I did
get
go to
more
college. I went to college for musical theater and opera,
Nice.
which is like very bizarre that I am.
Wait, like opera? Like
Yeah,
kind of
like
thing?
real life opera. Yeah,
Like, can you opera?
I can't opera.
She can opera, guys.
I can opera. I can musical theater and opera.
She's pretty awesome.
One day, I want a performance. I'm just sitting on out there.
I am trying to get back into doing like community theater and everything. So that's on my list of goals
Teach me
for
how
this
to
year.
opera. Teach me how to opera, guys.
Teach me how to opera.
You could do that, Tim. Instead of dancing whenever we get a sub, you could just do an
you could
opera
just sing
number.
opera.
Opera.
Dude, I would triple my sub for that.
Right, 2 or 3.
Opera.
Hell yeah.
Opera. Got this. Figaro.
Figaro.
Do you remember what the first game that you streamed was?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh. It was either on the N64 or the Wii.
Okay.
I was thinking about that the other day. It was either, because I've heard some like different answers about it. Like someone's like, "Oh, I remember your first stream was this," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if that was that." I've heard Ocarina of Time, Mario Party on the N64, or Mario Kart Wii. It was one of those three. Because I think I was doing a lot of like testing of things.
Sure.
I think my first like official stream was Ocarina of Time though.
Nice.
Because that's a game I'm very comfortable with. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna test this out. But I think it was that.
Yeah,
Good one.
I've seen people do like anniversary streams where they'll play the game that they for the very first time played on Twitch, and I'm like,
yeah.
I would have no idea what For All Manakind played first.
Right,
No
like
clue.
I don't know if that was like my first official, because I feel like my first official stream was Mario Kart Wii, to be honest, because that was
Nice.
like the easiest thing to set up on a capture
Yeah.
card, because I had like the Elgato, whatever
Yeah.
it is, not the HD one, but
Just the regular old
right,
brick.
and you have to
Yeah.
set it up different for an old console like the N64, and that was
Yeah.
like more confusing to figure out. So it was easier to set up a Wii on that. So I feel like my first stream honestly was like Mario Kart Wii, which is totally not exciting.
It's extraordinarily exciting.
And it was just me playing by myself, but
It's a bunch of bots.
right.
It's awesome.
But yeah.
That's good though. It's it's good that you've had such a good experience. I know that it always has its ups and downs. You know, you always have some people that come in and try and make it not as great of an experience, but no, you just got to push through, and you get better from it.
Are you
Yeah.
Are you trying to say there's trolls, Trevor?
On Twitch?
Is that what you're trying to say? Like,
Never.
this is a very pure
Trolls?
community, Trevor.
would
Trolls don't
never.
exist. Stop
What
putting
are
that
those?
evil on us.
What are those?
Twitch for me has been like a roller coaster. Like I have very lows and highs with it. Like right now I'm kind of on a high with Twitch because things have been going pretty well lately, but
Yeah.
definitely there's a lot of lows. Like I had a low a few weeks ago and I was just like, I need a few days off, and that's totally normal. But you know, that's all part of streaming, is just recognizing when you have those highs and lows and how you handle it. So, and
yeah, it's all. What is it? There's some sort of quote about that. It's like when something happens, it's like 95% of how you react to it.
Exactly. Like you know, I can acknowledge when I'm having 3 days in a row of bad streams, and it's like, you know what, instead of me streaming again and being frustrated on stream and being mad about it, I'm just gonna take a couple days off, regroup myself, and come back fresh and go from there. And that's, you know, that's just kind of the life, especially as a variety streamer, I feel like, because and I know you guys relate, because, you know, 3 of you streaming, all of you are streaming different things. There's not like one consistent game that you guys are playing. There's not one consistent genre of games that you're playing. So you definitely, I know you guys definitely see those highs and lows too, and it can definitely get frustrating. And it's like, what am I doing wrong? What can I do to change this? Sometimes, you know, the answer is there's nothing to do. It's just to kind of keep grinding it out. And you know, I know for me at least, like, I kind of just have to step away for a day or two and just let it simmer out and come back to it. But
yeah, and it is kind of nice that we can do that. You know, Tim streams for 2 days in a row, and then, you know, he's off for a day, sometimes 2, and then streams again on Saturday.
Right.
So even, like for me, I only stream the 1 day a week. Trey streams 1 to 2. So it's nice to have that, but it's a blessing and a curse, because a lot of people want to come back. Like, when people come back to your channel, they know what they're getting. They're getting KatieBeth.
Right.
When they come back to us, if they don't understand what we do, they're like,
our oddball schedule.
True.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do have a schedule now, which is good.
And,
We've got
and
set
that's
days.
and that's definitely something you guys have going for yourselves, is that you guys are live, you know, at least 6 days a week, and that's definitely helpful. But I know you guys are, you know, in terms of what you stream and the genre of games that you stream, I know that there's definitely that wave with it. So
yeah. And I know you've seen it on your channel, to where you have people that only tune in for one specific game.
Exactly. I definitely have people that only show up when I play Zelda games, which is very interesting to me. I get it. Like, you know, you want to see a certain game, that's totally fine. But seeing that, like, dip in viewership is very interesting in terms of what you play. And I know I was talking to Trevor the other day. I had started doing a God of War playthrough on my streams. I love that game. Like, I'm loving playing it, but I'm just not getting the traffic from it. So it's very interesting what you play and how it affects your viewership and everything. But you know, and it's all about the community that you've built up too. Like, I guess over the course of the past 2 years, I've definitely built up more of a Nintendo community. So those are the games that I'm more consistent with in terms of viewership and everything. But, you know, that's the blessing and the curse of being a variety streamer, for sure. Is you have more flexibility in terms of what you want to play, but it definitely affects your viewership and statistics and all of that. So it's like, it's kind of like, how do you want to it's a
lot of trial and error too.
Absolutely. Yeah,
like, Tim has had some crazy success with Silent Hill. Like,
just
out of,
people just come back for Silent Hill. Like, I literally have people that will come back for Silent Hill every Wednesday, and they're okay. The coolest part is most of those people, as long as you tell them, hey, look, this is a Wednesday thing, they're completely cool with it, because they know they come back on that day of the week, that time, they'll come check it out.
Isn't that crazy though?
Weird. It is. It's very crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
And
it's
like,
cool that
that's
you can do
right. And like, going back to what we were talking about earlier with Skyrim, like, I haven't played Skyrim in a month, like well over a month, and all of a sudden I picked it up yesterday, and it was like, boom.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed about those, like, niche games like Skyrim and Silent Hill is a lot of people who do tend to tune in for those things are people who are kind of thankful that you're playing it that way. Like, they're not there to, like, be like mad at you or tell you how bad you are or anything like that. They're there to enjoy and appreciate the fact that this franchise that they still love is still being played by people.
Exactly, because, you know, and kind of, again, going back to Ocarina of Time, too as well. Like, a lot of people who stream it are speedrunners, and so it's odd to find people who are playing it for fun, you know?
Right.
And I guess the same thing kind of goes with Skyrim. Like, it's nice to see people who are still actively playing the game that's, you know, outdated, if you will.
Right.
And I know we don't want to think about it, but a lot of these games and the audiences that we're getting into with Twitch, some of these kids might actually be too young to have ever, like they might be younger than the game itself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think about that whenever I play like an old Zelda game. I'm like that. I'm like, I bet there are people in this chat who were born after this game came out. Like, that's so weird to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. But
it is.
I understand that feeling though, because people talk about Final Fantasy VII all the time. And I want to play it so bad, but I can't. I've tried and I cannot. It's just too dated.
Yeah,
so I can understand watching someone play it instead of playing it yourself.
Right.
Because then there you have like that commentary. It's more of an entertainment thing. Yeah. So it's interesting the different reasons that people will come in to watch. And it
is.
As scary as that is to think that there are people that watch some of these older games because they weren't born yet.
Right, like they never experienced playing it. And like I wonder, you know, I'm glad that they're like bringing these games back, like Skyrim on the Switch or Ocarina of Time on the 3DS and all of that. But like you wonder how many of these kids, if you will, are actually like playing these games for the first time.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like, it's interesting. Like, my nephew, for example, and Trevor, you know this, my nephew is playing through Majora's Mask right now for the first time. He's 8 years old. That is, like, the most bizarre / awesome thing for me. Because it's like this game came out so long ago, and here it is on the 3DS, and you're playing it for the first time. Like, it's such an interesting experience watching him play through the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I could just imagine, like, if I ever have kids, like, what the game's going to be that come out, like, when they're, like, let's say they're, like, 8 years old, they're ready to, like, really get into video games. Like, I'm going to sit here and be like, look, I need you to play Resident Evil 2, old school Resident Evil 2, and enjoy it. Don't go play your holographic Omega game that you don't need anything for. It's just outside and big things. Don't worry about, play this old school on a flat screen television.
Right. Like, I feel like with my kids, I'm gonna have a list of like games you have to get through before you can play all of the popular games.
You cannot play any new games until you play these.
Right, like you have to get through these games first, and then you can move on to.
You have to appreciate the classics.
Right, appreciate.
Absolutely.
You don't deserve this Switch
tank controls. Learn them.
Right, like my nephew, he also is like talking about playing Fortnite. I'm like, you better finish Majora's Mask first before you even think about moving on to Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Those Fortnites.
I know.
Well, I meant to ask this question from Sir Mark earlier because it was a good segue, but I'll touch on it now. You were talking about the roller coaster. You know, sometimes you have got bad days with Twitch, sometimes you get good days. Sir Mark asks, when you get down, because we all have those days, how do you get back in the right mindset, and any tips for others going through that?
That's a good question. For me personally, it helps to just kind of like step away for a day, you know?
Sure.
I feel like sometimes, and this just kind of comes with the internet in general, like it can just get toxic. And for me, it helps to just kind of step away and just kind of breathe, kind of just get a refresher for the day, and kind of just regroup myself and remember why I got into streaming in the first place. I did not get into streaming on Twitch for like popularity or being a partner or anything like that. Like I strictly just wanted to stream because I had like no friends out in California, and I was like, what a great way to make friends online. And I love playing video games, and like that's what I do in my downtime. And I was like, I should totally just take advantage of the situation with Twitch, and I can do something that I love and like make friends online at the same time. And sometimes it's really hard when you're growing on a community like this or in a platform like this. It's hard when you're having growth and you're succeeding and these things happen, and you kind of have to step back and remember why you got into it in the first place. Because I know we all get into that mindset where we're like, I want to be successful, I want to be the best, I want to have the most viewers, I want to have the most followers, I want to be a partner, I want this. And it's like, you kind of just have to remember why you got into it in the first place, and not let the statistics and the numbers and all of that overshadow like why you're doing this in the first place. And that's hard, because we, and especially with how Twitch has evolved in the past year or so, in terms of like the dashboard and everything, with having all your statistics in one place, and seeing how well you're doing and how well you're not doing, and you're down this percentage from your last stream compared to what game you played, and blah 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 blah. Like, it kind of gets overwhelming with numbers, and when you get in that mindset where that's strictly all you're focusing on, it can get pretty toxic, if you will. And I feel like too, with Twitch, the more people you start knowing and becoming friends with, it's very easy to get in that competitive mindset as well, and that also can become very toxic if you start comparing yourself with others, and well, they're getting 50 viewers in their stream, like what the hell am I doing wrong in my stream? And, we're playing the same game, we're doing the same thing, like what's going on, what can I do? So it's really easy to get caught up on all of that, and from my experience, that just leads to nothing but just not feeling good about myself. And
it's a toxic mindset.
It does, and it leads to a downfall, and then I get pissed off with Twitch, and I'm like, I don't want to stream for a week, and and I've definitely gotten into that. Like, I'm just like, I'm gonna take a break, I'm gonna leave, I don't want to do this right now. And that's definitely that roller coaster with Twitch. And I guess just keeping your mindset on why you're doing what you're doing, and all of that is probably the most important thing. But for me personally, just kind of taking a break sometimes is good. So
absolutely. And it's definitely a lot harder on individual streamers than it is us, to where we get days off throughout the week, just like a regular job. It's, and I feel bad, because I know Tim probably gets it a lot from me when I'll get I'll come to him with questions like, why aren't we getting the numbers like this person is? We're doing the same kind of things. What are we doing wrong? Like,
it's hard, though.
It is. Tim and Trey definitely get the full effect whenever I get like deep into my Twitch analytics. Like, I've got a spreadsheet open. Like, I keep track of all of our numbers on every single stream. What game did we play? How many followers did we get? How many viewers did we have?
But that conversation that you're having with both of them is also like the conversation that's going on in my brain, like, all the time. So I get that, and it's very real. And I know people are like, don't focus on the numbers, don't focus on the numbers. That's all fine and great, but like, you do focus on the numbers, and trying to find that balance of being able to focus on the statistics of your channel growing, but also just remembering why you're doing it in the first place. And for me, having fun with it is the most important thing. If you're not having fun with your streams, that's going to show, and that's going to affect your numbers 100%.
And I'm pretty sure Tim's the same way. We've both played games that we have not had fun with on stream, and it shows 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you always have those days, right? Like, you're just like,
sometimes it's just a bad day.
Right, you stream and you're just like, I'm not going to enjoy my day today. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just in a bad mood. But here I am. Yeah. I'll play this game.
And I've ended streams before because I've like been in a bad mindset all day. Like, I've had a bad day at work, or something's happened in my personal life.
Oh man, bad days
and I'm like,
I get that.
I'm like, F it, I'm gonna stream tonight because everyone's expecting me to stream tonight, and it never ends well. It never ends well. Like, I'm just in a bad mood when I stream, and everybody knows it, and it usually results in me either like ending the stream early, or I'm just in a bad mood and everybody knows it, and it's like, it's not a good thing. So I think being aware of your mindset when you're going into streaming, and why you're doing what you're doing is the most important thing for sure.
Yes, absolutely. The self-awareness is key, and it does help to when I talk to Tim and Trey about it. Sometimes it comes off negative, I'm sure, but it's more of a constructive mindset is where I'm trying to come from. Like, okay, we did X and we got Y results.
Right.
Why didn't we get Z results like the other person did?
Right.
What's the difference? What can we do better? What went well, what went wrong, kind of thing. And I think that's just the way my mind works, unfortunately.
No,
for
but
better or worse.
It's also good too to like evaluate how other streamers are and like, okay, what are they doing that maybe I'm not doing that could benefit my streams. But on the other hand, it's also important to note that like everybody's different and everybody has different communities. Some people love streamers who are like really high energy, really hyped, really like all the time. Some people love streamers who are very calm, just like have very calm streams and everything, and some people like, you know, people who are right in the middle, and it all depends on your community and what your people like. And I think that's important to know that, and you know, what works for you may not work for others, right? So it's, you know, for me it's all about just like realizing what my community likes and what I'm comfortable with too, because like, you know, like I said, me playing a game that I'm not comfortable with or I'm not having fun with is just like not going to do well, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Well, and that's something I think is very interesting, like about like how we have things going on with us, because we have 3 completely different personalities, right? So if someone was to go and watch, you know, myself, they're gonna see someone calm, cool, collected, playing a game, and just like very straightforward. And when someone goes to tune in like Mondays for Trevor, he's just sporadic, right? So you're gonna get a lot of hype. You're gonna get a lot of just randomness, just like crazy, just like boom, boom, boom in your face.
Can I interject?
Is it Freaky Friday? Is it?
Can I interject?
Did you mix up the names or something there?
What? No, I'm just saying how I see it. Like,
I'm gonna have to disagree with that statement there.
I mean,
I've seen your Dead by Daylight streams, and I would not consider them calm. I would consider them cool. They are cool. Collected, maybe. You do very well at the game. But calm, that one might be...
I am very down.
Tim, you have like strobe lights going on, and you break dance whenever you guys get subs. Like I don't see the other 2 doing that. So I don't know if I would consider that
because
calm.
I do it for you.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, but
if we can just get Trevor to start dancing, we're in there. That's what we're missing. That's it. I figured the key out, Trevor. Those Monday streams, if you just throw a little jiggle in there every once in a while, boom.
What's that? Did you say rapid fire question time?
Oh no!
Is that what you said?
I did.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm not gonna give you time to prepare.
Oh no. Okay.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Wait, say it again.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
Biggest fear?
Failure.
Ooh.
Sonic or Mario?
Mario.
Fair. Death by space or death by drowning in the ocean?
Ocean.
Ugh. What fantasy world would you like to live in?
Ooh, Hyrule.
Ooh, good.
Which version?
Ooh, even better question.
I know these are rapid fire, but I'm interested to see. I want some more information here.
Breath of the Wild, because I can go exploring.
Nice.
There's lots of map.
Yeah, lots of things to kill, lots of food to make.
That's right.
That's a good life. Just killing and eating. I like it. Would you rather fight 100 kindergartners or 1 Olympic bodybuilder?
Oh God. An Olympic bodybuilder. Because
Wow.
children.
Watch yourself.
Because children. Oh.
I mean, yeah, you're really not set up for success either
100
way.
kindergartners? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
100. You need to like line them up like in that 300 movie. Just like get them down into the tunnel that we can take them on one at a time. Got to be strategic about this.
Right.
God.
Would you rather be completely invisible for a day or be able to fly for one day?
Oh, fly. I think.
Fly?
I think fly. Fly.
Fly.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim added an 11th here. I'm still gonna ask my 8th because
Okay.
I like it. Rice Krispies or Frosted Flakes is Tim's.
Rice Krispies.
Good choice.
My number 8 is what is your favorite Twitch emote?
Ooh, probably the lol.
The what?
Lol.
Oh yeah,
Lol.
Jedi Master or Sith Lord?
Ooh, Sith Lord.
Console or PC?
Console.
Console.
I
You
just
made
want
it through
to
the
know,
gauntlet.
I saw your face when she said "ooh" to your question.
Yeah, I know.
what
I was
that
looking
face
right
is.
at you.
I know what that face is. I noticed that.
It's the same reaction. So
Not like
me and,
oh.
me and Tim put these questions together by ourselves, and one of the other ones that we came up with, or that Tim came up with, was Sonic or Mario. And I was
I
like,
never hated it.
oh yeah, I was like, I don't like that question. Like it, I don't know. It just didn't seem like a very controversial question. But then like, because I was like, everyone's gonna pick Mario. But then our very first person picked Sonic, and Tim gave me that exact same look, the same look that I just gave him.
Good question,
So-
Trevor.
How the turntables
Turn.
Wiggle.
Have turned.
Well, I'm glad you successfully passed through the gauntlet. of
Yikes!
rapid
That
fire
was
questions.
terrifying.
You know what we should do, Tim? Every time we ask someone the rapid fire questions, we should have them add another one.
We should. That's a good idea.
Let's start
what's
with
a
that.
rapid fire? Yeah. What's
Yeah,
a
what is-
rapid fire question?
This is your 12th rapid fire question. What rapid fire question are we adding?
Shit, I wasn't prepared for that.
I'll give you a little bit. That one takes a little bit more.
I have to think about that one.
Let's see here. Let's see what else we missed. Sir Mark says.
Trey and I did get in a little tiff the other
Oh,
night
a
about
tiff? Yeah, I
pineapple
do
and
remember
pizza.
Speaking of pizza, your pizza is still in the fridge.
Oh, that's right. It is, isn't it?
Yep.
You're allowed to hate pineapple on pizza. It's okay.
Like, why would
It's
you
the
put
worst.
pineapple on
Why?
pizza, though?
Thank you.
Why would you
Why would
do
you do
that to
that?
a pizza?
It's not.
A pizza
you
is
don't do
supposed
that.
to be salty, not like
Right,
fruity.
Yeah. We don't want fruity pizzas over here,
No.
right? We want a nice hot slice
Of
that
fruit.
New York. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
why?
Let me eat this. Let me eat this cooked pineapple on a freaking tomato sauce based pizza.
Blech.
Delicious.
Blech. Why? Blech.
Don't.
Ugh.
Don't. If you want salty and sweet, go eat pretzels with.
Go
like,
get
I
some
don't
trail
know,
mix,
something
but don't
else.
put
Yeah,
my
there's-
pineapple
trail
on
mix.
pizza. Like, no.
There's other places to get salty and
No. Go get a bag of trail mix and be done with it.
sweet. Dip French fries in a
don't-
Frosty and call it a day.
That's
I don't want
right.
my pineapple to be warm. Like
Yeah, but then it gets
Yeah.
like soggy and shit.
it's
no.
mushy. Yeah.
Like with the pizza sauce and the cheese, like pineapple. Like why don't you just put a slab of cheese on pineapple and call it a day if that's what you want? Like and dip it in marinara sauce.
Oh.
I will say one thing that I've found that when me and KB went to this restaurant called the Eagle, and they have a grilled cheese there that's really good, and they put apple slices, like Granny Smith apple slices. Talking about like weird food combinations, and that one was actually very good.
That is quite good. I
That
like
was
the combination.
unexpected.
Well, the combination of like apple and bacon's pretty good. So
So I can't argue with this because I kind of would have to fall back to my why don't you just put cheese on a piece of fruit and call it a day thing.
Right.
With pineapple.
Well,
so
and there's definitely
can't-
some sort of correlation there because we also had a salad that had apples and gorgonzola in it that was also very good. So there's some sort of cheese apple correlation
apples
here.
are good. Although I don't know
Apples
if I
are
would.
delicious.
I don't know if I would do apple and pizza though. Like think about that.
Oh
one.
no, I don't think so.
would you do you guys like peanut butter?
Yes.
Absolutely, 100%.
You guys like toast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, have you ever... my dad did this when I was a kid, and I probably talked about it several times, but my dad used to do this for us all the time when I was a kid. And to this day, it's still one of my favorite snacks to do. And I haven't done it in a while. But you take toast, you put peanut butter on it, right? And you a good chunk, and you dip it in hot chocolate. Right, okay. So it sounds weird, right? But like the hot chocolate kind of... it's... You have to trust me. It's solid.
I
Wait,
can
are
see
you
that
putting?
being good.
You're putting the peanut butter on toast and then dipping it in
Yeah,
hot
so you have like
chocolate.
Yeah,
I mean, that doesn't seem that out there. Like, it's
No,
peanut butter
like,
and
right,
chocolate.
it's
I mean,
not.
peanut butter
Right,
and
it's
chocolate's
exactly.
a good thing.
Yeah,
That's what it is. And then well, the nice thing is, so and you don't want it to like get soggy, right? You just kind of nice, simple, good dip, get that chocolatey bite into it, and then your hot chocolate then has like kind of like a mix of like a peanut butter
Of like toast crumbs in there.
Right. And it's but it's like it works.
Toast
Do you think
crumbs.
is that your weirdest food combination that you do, Tim?
Probably because not a lot of people like peanut butter toast is normal or whatever, but the dipping in hot chocolate really throws people off. But like I'm gonna make it for you guys. You're gonna try it.
So I've got one that I've done
it, though.
ever since I was a kid, and it's fantastic. Okay. But no one has ever agreed with me. Like everyone says, it's just disgusting.
Okay.
Okay.
Chicken fingers dipped in applesauce.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I don't know about that. My dad might love you for it, but I don't. My dad ate applesauce with everything, but I don't know. I don't know if I could do. That's just.
I don't know. I would have to. I would not be opposed to trying that. I would try it.
We'll do that then.
I have one for you guys.
Yep, let's hear it.
All right, here's my weird food thing that like.
Oh wait, do I think I know this. Do I know it?
I think you might know it, and I.
Well, I don't.
Okay, all right. I love eggs.
Okay, this is great so far.
Watching Trevor. I love eggs with mustard.
Okay, wait. Hang on. Look, I hate mustard, but I will give you credit if, and only if, is this yellow mustard or French's like brown mustard?
Yellow mustard.
Oh, you're a terrible person. All right, this interview is over. We are no longer associating.
It's so good though. It's so salty.
No.
Are you serious?
I'm about to gag. on stream.
Oh, dude, I can make up some scrambled eggs and just like squirt that mustard on top of it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you guys ever had? Okay, so I'm going to talk about a failed experiment, and I'll never forget this because, again, it was my dad. And so, Trevor, I told you I'd make like this sausage and potato mixture, right? I've told you I'd make this, right?
Yes.
So I learned the recipe from my dad. It's not even a recipe. It's sausage and fucking potatoes and call it a day, right? But my dad wanted to try to spice things up a bit. We'll use that word, right? So he had this great idea to cut everything up, put it in the pan, and put a ton of chip dip.
Oh, that sounds awesome!
And like he did it right, and he baked it. So you have this sausage, potato, chip dip mixture cooking, and it came out. And I'm like 12, looking at this like that's probably not gonna work too well because it didn't look good.
Yeah.
And we tried it and instantly went to like Burger King because it was so bad. Like it tasted terrible.
Wow.
It did not.
Was it like French onion chip dip?
It was. I don't even know if it was French onion. It was just a standard. I don't even know. It was just a weird. And I hate sour cream to begin with, but my dad loves it. He'll eat it and everything. So for him to say it was bad, like it was bad because it was like this ooey gooey potato sausage chip dip mixture. Like
I feel like I would try it. I would do it. I would try it.
Was weird, but. I don't know. That was like his failed experiment.
Chip dip.
We do have another. We've got a food question for KB here.
Oh.
Does Katie prefer salty or sweet?
Honestly, so when I was younger, it was strictly sweet, and as the older I've gotten, I like salty.
Yeah.
So I like when I get home from work, I crave like pretzels and chips and that kind of stuff as opposed to like coming home and eating candy or something. So
pretzels filled with peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
Can I explain to you how godly that was when I went there? That was the best part of WoW Night was I discovered how good those are.
Trevor told me he's got like so many or had so many things. I know.
Like
he gave me a couple, so I felt honored that he gave me a couple.
I had a little bag. Tiny bag. He had a giant container, and I didn't get any of his out of my little bag.
You left your bag here.
I know. I was upset.
He said that he had like a container every time like a WoW expansion came out or something.
It's probably a good thing there's not a Kroger by me, because that would not help me.
They have them everywhere. You can get them at Meijer.
I was
You can
gonna
get
say
them at
you can
Kroger.
rack those up
You
anywhere.
can't get them at Walmart.
Yes, you
I
can.
tried.
Yes, you can.
I have looked.
BS.
Okay.
Tim, we're going to Walmart. We're going to Walmart.
All right, we'll go to Walmart.
We're going
You're
to
in Lima,
Walmart.
Ohio, where you know things. And we're going to Walmart.
We're going to Walmart, and I can 100% guarantee you they're there. 100%.
Act like I haven't looked.
Tim, if anything convinced you to move to Columbus with me and Trey, like we've been asking you for like 2 years now, please let it be the peanut butter pretzels. Just move here. Just move here for the peanut butter pretzels.
Any container full of that here in Lima.
You'll just have a
make
room
sure they're
full
gone.
of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy them all out and put them here in the basement and be like, if you want these, you need to move here. Sir Mark has another question.
All right.
If you could Thanos anything away forever, what would it be and why? Well, I have a follow-up question for that. Is it half of something, or is it like, are you like snapping away something completely, like 100%?
Like
I have a follow-up
anything?
question to this, too.
Like anything?
Yeah, anything.
Like
If you could just be like, yep, that's gone. What would it be? We'll just say 100% gone, just to make it easy.
Yellow mustard.
No! Put that on my eggs! No! And my hot dogs.
I would Thanos snap
America.
Did you say Piqua, Ohio? Thanos Piqua, Ohio.
No,
gone.
I said pickles, but also we would be better off without
You
pickles.
would not do that to pickles because I like pickles, and then I'd be mad at you about it. So.
Well, so far.
Fine.
you
How about
haven't Thanos
mayonnaise?
anything.
Can I?
No, I like
Thanos
mayonnaise.
snap
Nope. No
Those are my
mayonnaise,
two
no
least favorite
mustard, no
things.
pickles.
So Sir Markintosh says everything.
No.
Okay. All right. So what's
Trevor.
yours?
It'd be Trevor.
Trevor just got Thanos. Audi 500 fridge.
Look
You
at
try
his
to
face.
take
I can't
away
even look at his face right now.
mayonnaise and everything.
I can't even look at his face right now. Wow, I have to take that look on his face.
You know, one night is just a one-off thing, but 2 nights in a row is becoming a pattern. So
Wait, you got Thanos twice in a row by her?
Not by me.
Got something.
No.
Yep.
Yikes.
So we know her answer. It's Trevor. So
No, I never said
that's
that. Honestly, let me
you
think.
You did say it.
No,
Definitely.
let me think. I didn't say it. I repeated what Ender said. I repeated what Ender said.
It's recording.
Let me see. Can it be spiders?
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't like spiders.
Okay, but spiders help. But
No,
that's okay.
no. Spiders are the worst.
Tim, you don't like bugs either.
I don't, but I respect their part in the world.
No, spiders don't need to be in this world. It's fine.
But that's okay. So here's my follow-up question to this. So she says spiders. Respect.
Yep.
Have you seen? Is she caught up on the Marvel movies? Are you caught up like at least to Avengers?
Yes.
Like the first Avengers from like 2000.
Or like, I'm sorry, Infinity War.
Oh yes.
So if it was to make for what could possibly make for a better world? Possibly. The word possibly is very important there.
Oh, are you doing this again?
Yep, I am. Would you sacrifice half of the universe to give the other half a possibility at a better life? That's a simplified answer, actually. A simplified way to ask that.
Would I sacrifice half the universe to make for a better universe?
I'll explain things a little bit better for Tim. He's asking, so say everyone can't survive.
Okay.
Like the universe is running out of resources, everyone can't survive. Would you kill half of those people so the other half could survive?
Okay.
Or would you do nothing to where there's a chance that something
Chaos
else won't
will
happen
ensue.
and everyone has a possibility of dying? It's not a for sure thing.
Right. It's a possibility.
I don't think I could kill off half the universe for it.
Okay.
Like I don't think it'd be worth it. Because I'm a believer and everything happens for a reason. So if
maybe you were given that power for a reason.
So if everyone was meant to live, then everybody
Trevor's just
oh my god, there's something floating in the air.
Catch it.
That is kind of fun.
I just caught a fly. What do I do with it? If everybody was meant to survive or meant to die, then that's what they were meant to do.
Okay.
But I don't know if I would.
respect the
I don't
answer.
know if I could have control over that. You know what I mean?
I will respect the answer.
I don't know. Depends on which half. Can I pick and choose
No.
who I
it's
kill?
random.
Oh well,
Completely random.
If I could choose, then that might be different.
So Trevor might be one of those, and then you got both your things that you take.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm innocent. I
did say
didn't
that.
say it. I didn't say
It's
it.
recorded. It's live on stream.
I didn't say
It's
it.
live.
I didn't say it.
Everybody in
That's
chat heard it.
2
I didn't
nights in
say
a
it.
row.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I said nothing tonight.
Trevor, I would try to say
I'm
that.
innocent. I'm innocent.
know that.
I'm innocent.
You're too important to me.
We have
I'm
10
innocent.
witnesses in chat that would say otherwise.
No, I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
That's not going to hold up in court.
Y'all have proof I didn't say it. I never said I'd kill off Trevor, so there you go.
Who would you Thanos? Trevor.
No.
That's a pretty quick answer.
Saying what Ender said in chat.
Well, that's.
Tim, would you kill your own child to achieve this goal?
Oh.
I mean, so it's a.
That is a good
me,
question.
Well, so we're assuming that I have child, blah 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 blah, family, right? So we'll say
He
we'll say
hates Resident
family.
Evil.
Wait, what do you mean? I hate Resident Evil?
No, your son hates Resident Evil.
Oh.
Bye. Gone.
But it's greater good. I don't know, but there's still a chance.
I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you are ever gonna get. Oh.
We're not talking about your wife. We're talking about your kid.
It's either I let him live in the chance of having an absolute terrible.
Oh, what if
horrible
it's a
life.
her?
Or her, I'm sorry, him or her, to have an that would actually, man, that's a whole.
What, Tim? Let's get into it. What?
What? Is it okay? God, this
Never
sounds so
mind.
bad.
I'm a little scared about what you're about to say right now.
Would it be bad if I said I almost would have a harder time saying yes if it was my daughter versus my son?
A little bit, yeah.
Like, I know it sounds terrible, but like I don't know. There's just it's weird. It sounds bad. I know it sounds bad, and and I don't mean it to be bad. It was just like
It's a little
I literally
sexist,
had to-
but okay. That's cool.
I literally had to stop and think about it because I was like, But never mind. Point being, for the greater good, until said emotions change in my life, would still probably say yeah.
You would kill. You would kill him off.
To give them a chance to give
Them?
everybody a guarantee.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your kids. And I'm like, no, you're
To
killing
give-
them.
No, I'm not killing them. There's a chance they won't die. There's
Oh.
a 50% chance they won't die.
Okay, so you would not kill them.
No, it's a 50% chance. There's
No,
no
he's talking
shoot.
about like the Gamora situation.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, like would I? So okay,
Well,
so here's the
that's how I
question.
interpreted it.
Well, see, I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
interpret it that way. I interpreted it as in would I be
Like the
willing-
50%. Like, would you
Right,
be
'cause,
willing
like,
to,
to
spin
take
the barrel?
chance,
Yeah.
right? Like, yes, probably spin the barrel. If you're saying, hey, would you be able to off your two kids for the same thing? Like you're guaranteeing to off them. That's a different thing. Probably not, but that's a different thing.
Now 50%. We might roll with those odds. You know?
That's a risk
Son or daughter.
this gauntlet can take.
Yikes.
That's funny.
Well,
I mean, it's not funny.
on this Thanos note, I think that's a good stopping point. We're a little over an hour now.
Ooh.
Any closing comments? Anything you think we might have missed, KB?
I would like to know what KB's favorite game is personally,
My favorite game. Ooh.
or series.
Game
Alright,
and series.
Probably the Legend of
or,
Zelda
yeah.
series would be my favorite because I've played like
Okay.
pretty much every Zelda game.
Okay,
And if I had to pick my favorite Zelda game, it would be Majora's Mask
that's a good one.
because it's very dark and different from all the other Zelda games. So
Yep.
There's some really weird lore with that game.
there's
too, like
some very
fan
dark.
theories and
Yeah, there's some very dark shit with that game. So That's why I love it. But it's hard though to like pick your favorite game, but I guess like that's my favorite series.
It is. Nowadays it's extraordinary.
It is. I guess I would say though that's my favorite series and that's my favorite game of the series, so
okay.
So there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's fair.
You're welcome.
So we started off talking about, why you just did your 12-hour stream, and that was because you hit your 1,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
What is next on your list? What's the next goal? What do you have planned next for the? Yep.
Hold on, I have it written down here because I can't remember anything. Oh God, did I have it written down? I did. Okay. So 1,000. So we just hit it 1,000. So 1,250 followers. We're gonna do a cooking stream because cooking streams are fun. Cooking. 1,500. We'll do another 12-hour stream. 1,750. I want to do a Just Dance stream, which I think would be fun.
Like the game Just Dance?
Like the
or
game.
Are you just gonna get up there and just dance?
I'm just gonna do some. I'm gonna do some ballet on stream.
Just
do some ballet. And then for 2,000, because I've never done anything like it before, I want to do a cosplay stream.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That's cool.
So, because I've never cosplayed for anything ever, and I've had a lot of requests for that. So, I think that'd be a good thing to do for that.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
I agree.
But,
and they're so different than just like your normal streams. It'll be, I don't know, it'll seem like its own separate event. I think those are good rewards, I guess you would call them, incentives. I'm looking forward to those for sure.
Yeah.
Because you're climbing up on those like pretty quick already.
Yeah, like we'll be, hopefully at the rate we're going, and like that cooking stream will be coming hopefully soon. So.
Right.
Yeah. But. Whoop, whoop.
Well, I'm glad you kind of joined our little circle of other variety streamers, because it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Getting to know you and your community and bringing you in to meet some of ours. And
I know the variety streaming world is a weird world to live in, because like your growth is not a consistent growth. So having a good support group behind you is very important. So
it is.
It is.
Especially when you have people that are in the same boat, or at least their understanding of the situation that you're in.
Right, because a lot of people who are not variety streamers, like they have that consistent growth, and being a variety streamer, it's like, yeah, this week was great, and then this next week I played this game and I got like 2 followers. So
yep.
That, like I said, going back to that roller coaster, but it's nice to have a nice support group behind you, and I appreciate all you guys, what you guys have done. So you guys are wonderful. Tim, what is that heart?
Heart.
What is that?
Heart.
What is that?
Heart.
What's that triangle on top? Is that the Illuminati on top?
Maybe. Okay.
Tim's part of some secret society.
Oh, wait, I want to be in that society.
Yeah.
Am I now a member?
Is it just one finger?
You are. No, it's...
Is it... Oh, is it... Is it 3?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yep.
I'm doing it.
Got it.
Am I doing it right? I think... Am I doing it right?
Yep, you got it. You got it.
No, I'm not doing it right. There we go.
Heart.
And speaking of us kind of working together there, you are coming over in the next couple weeks on the 29th. I don't know if you remember or not.
Yes, I
am.
You kind of gave me like a look like...
I was like, wait a minute. Let me check my calendar. Yes, I will be there. Yes.
That's funny.
So
Detroit.
We'll be playing a group playthrough of Detroit, to where we'll all just be sitting on the couch together, arguing over what decisions to make, crushing dreams, ending friendships. It'll be a great time.
Chocolate. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'm
Tim's
excited.
gonna be making food apparently.
Wait, Tim, are you playing?
I am.
Good.
It's weird because I work the Sunday, so I'll probably have to leave late that night into early that morning, but I will be there.
Whatevs.
Good. It'll be a good time, and we've got we're all going to GDEX to get together that day too.
Whoop, whoop.
We're all gonna go to GDEX, which is like a local game developer conference here in Columbus, where just a bunch of different mini developers showing off their games.
See the light night.
Yeah, Light Night will be there. That's one we played last year that has really come a long way since. That's where we first played Bomb Fest, like we played on Fam Friday with KB. So there's going to be a lot of other cool games that we'll play and probably pick up a few for our indie block for our charity stream coming up.
Bombfest was so much fun. I had so much fun playing that.
Yes.
It was a really good time.
Yeah, like I would 100% play that again.
We're definitely glad that that you're local, so you can come over and come to all these events that we've got coming up these next few months, because we've got quite a few.
I think I saw somebody post in chat earlier, like what games you were looking forward to coming out the rest of this year, and I mean, me being a Nintendo person, I'm definitely looking forward to Mario Party and Smash. So.
Good call.
Yes, we are 1 month away.
And I know you guys are doing streams for that, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, we'll have a huge Mario Party tournament, huge Smash tournament.
Yep.
It's going to be fantastic, and we've got our charity stream first weekend of November.
Yes.
Oh, Tim Bombfest was great. Thank you, Mark.
Tim. Yeah, Tim, you should have been there, bro. But
Should have.
You should have, man. And we'll also be going to TwitchCon together. So
yeah,
that'll be
I'm
really
really
good
looking
time.
forward to TwitchCon this year. So.
Can I state how excited I am to get to meet Matt Smith and David Tennant?
Oh yeah, me and Tim are going to New York Comic Con.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna meet Matt Smith and David Tennant.
Was that
those are
Tim? I think
doctors.
I saw that something you posted the other day about that.
Yeah, I did, and it was hard because no one at work knows who they're at, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody was like, who, where, what?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
I don't
sweet.
expect
That'd
you
be
to
really
know,
cool.
But I'm excited.
For sure.
But yeah.
Yep, lots to come up to look forward to. If you haven't already, I assume that you've realized how awesome KB is by now, and you've probably already followed her. But just in case, go give her a follow. It's KatieBethJ. She's on Twitter. She's got her own Discord channel, so go hang out with her in there and her awesome community. Is the Barnyard official? Is that a thing? Or is it still up in the air?
I guess it's official. I've been debating if I want to make it more like beefy related as opposed to like farm related.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, we'll keep it as the Barnyard for now.
Well, go be a part of the Barnyard if you haven't already. Her Discord's over on her Twitch channel. Just go click the link in chat. You'll definitely be seeing her a lot more often on here as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Unless she says something tomorrow on stream that
3 times you're out.
she decides
third
to
time's the charm there, Trevor.
she decides to Thanos me again. So we'll see.
Yeah, this could be it, guys.
Really do appreciate you coming on though. It's been
thank you
good
guys
time
so
getting to
much.
know you.
I really
learned so
enjoy
much.
watching you guys' podcast. I normally lurk, but it's been really interesting to watch you guys like interview other streamers this summer and just like getting to know everybody that you brought on, like Fultz and Enders and Alex and everyone, just like getting more backstory and where they come from and why they got into streaming and what they're into and everything, because like I feel like we're all similar, but we're all so different too, and it's been really cool that you guys have been bringing different streamers on, so I really appreciate you guys bringing me in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, we could do a summer of streamers without bringing you on, so glad you made time for us.
Thanks, guys.
And there is one final chat question here before we wrap things up. Katie, best favorite animal?
Oh.
A cow, clearly.
A cow. Guys, I really like dogs.
I mean, it's kind of like a cow.
I mean, it's basically like a cow. Trevor's face is like, what?
What?
Just let it happen, Trevor. Stop questioning my logic.
Just his reaction's like... Oh.
We'll go with dog because
we'll go with dog.
Bubba's sweet. Bubba's a sweet old doggo.
If you join my Discord, you can just get lots of pictures of Bubba because it's basically a live post. So
her dog is super cute / handsome because he's an old man.
He's V handsome. He's a mutt. There's like 8 different... It was a wild night, whatever night he was conceived, so who knows what he is. But...
He's awesome. That's what he is. He's an awesome dog.
It's good. He's a good boy. She did say she did like your cat. I never said that, Mark. Oh my god. Mark's just trying to start shit. I didn't say that.
I believe you. I believe you.
Tim's just sitting here like, I'm gonna let this fizz out.
I guess we'll go ahead and end the podcast now.
Alright.
And wrap things up. I guess I'll go love my cat since, you know.
I never said oh my gosh. Tim,
if you could see them right now, they're looking so sad.
Tim, help me. I never said that.
Did you
They're looking so sad.
Well, you killed one with your thoughts already.
I know. Look at my cats. They're both gone. No, they're both sitting there.
One of them's like,
sad.
KB, why don't you...
I never said these things, Mark. Getting me in
very
trouble.
Hashtag there's a sneak peek of cat cam, you know. Make sure you follow for more cat cam streams.
24-hour cat cam.
Right.
I would be all into that.
Right. All right, I've tried to wrap this up about 5 different times, so I'll do it for real now.
Trevor's like,
Appreciate you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you.
Go check her out. She's amazing. She is definitely on her way to our next goal. It won't be too much longer until she hits it. She's on to some big Twitch things in her future for sure. So we're happy that we can be along for the ride.
Oh, thanks.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
This will be on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Spotify, all that stuff here whenever I get it complete. In the meantime, you can always check out the VOD if you missed it. So yeah, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for our final Summer of Streamers guest. Who will it be?
Who will it be?
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
It's gonna be fair.
Bye,
I don't
guys.
know. Bye!